Brian Powell of I Run Far here with Tom Evans after his third place finish at the 2019 Lake Sonoma 50 mile. How are you again, Tom?
Yeah, doing pretty good. Legs a little bit sore, going down the stairs backwards. But yeah, I've still got a smile on my face and yeah, all good.
It was quite the race yesterday. I mean, you and Jared and Seb were very close for a long portion of the race. How did it feel out there?
It was really cool. Like, it was really nice running with them. I didn't want to work too hard on the downhills, so it would kind of downhills, they would go a little bit ahead, and then we'd get to the flat rolly stuff, and then the uphills, and I'd catch up again. Just really wanted to save my legs for the second half. Got to the turnaround point and hadn't saved my legs as much as I'd planned. And yeah, so I struggled for a little bit, had a bit of a bonk, so maybe like 30 to 40 miles. But yeah, it was just such an awesome race. The course is so tough, and the really nice thing is, because it's an out and back course, you got to go past everyone. You see everyone on the race, and you see everyone going on their own journey for the day.
And how is that experience? Like, how is there feedback going in both directions on that?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I make a big point to say a word on to everyone. Even if I'm going uphill, they're going downhill, it may just be a thumbs up.
But you're acknowledging that.
And
I'm guessing this reflected back at you.
Exactly. Yeah, you can see some people who are really struggling, which is normally me. But yeah, it was just so friendly, and that's the thing that I say shocked me about America, but not at all. But it's just how friendly everyone is. Like, it's been my first race in the US, and I'm already really looking forward to coming back in a couple of months.
Nice. So the first half of the race is really close. You and Jared and Seb all within a minute or two for the first half, maybe first 30 miles. You had a rough stretch from 30 to 40. Walk me through that a little bit.
Yeah, so I think I had what I thought was a pretty decent nutrition plan, but it was everything was just a bit too sweet. And the sports drink that I was using just didn't agree with me. So I ended up sort of scrapping that plan and went on a new plan, and yeah, just had a low patch for sort of an hour, just over an hour. Yeah, and then sort of the gap got pretty big, and then Kush caught up and got a run with him for maybe from like 32 miles to 47 miles-ish. And then, yeah, and it was great to be able to run with him. Like, the wonderful thing about social media is you feel like you know these people.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, actually we didn't speak that much, but we spoke a little bit, and it was just really nice to be able to run that tough bit of the course with someone, and yeah, with 4 or 5 kilometers to go, sort of just picked up a little bit, and yeah, that was almost the best that I felt was at the end of the race.
So the light switch turned back on. What did you do to make that happen? Was there anything in particular?
Not really. It was kind of just forcing myself to eat. At the last checkpoint at mile 32. 32? Yeah, at Warm Springs.
Oh, Warm Springs, so like 12 to go.
Yeah, 12 miles to go. Had a can of Red Bull that managed, it sat with me, which was great. And it's not actually that sweet. And yeah, that sort of kind of carried me on, got me out of the bonk, and then I started eating again. And I think that's the great thing to remember in these races. Like, no matter whether you want to finish the race 10 minutes before the cutoff time, or you're going out to win the race, you're going to have points of the race that don't go to plan, and it's just kind of how you adapt. And for me, like, it's just a real learning process. This is my 6th ever ultra, so like, I'm still learning. And
is that a big one going into, if I'm recalling correctly off the cuff, that Western States will be your first 100-mile single stage race?
Yeah.
So is that a really important lesson going into that?
100%. And this is the first time racing in the heat since Marathon des Sables, really, where I've actually had to carry my own stuff. Raced in Costa Rica where everything's provided, but here I got to choose what I wanted to have, and the choices that I made weren't necessarily the right choices. But awesome to make those mistakes now. So yeah, really looking forward to going into my Western States build-up with that knowledge, and then yeah, to take Western States as a new race with those lessons learned, but still I'm gonna make mistakes.
I mean, amongst the lessons learned, that's an important one. It's like, you can make mistakes and still have a good race.
Precisely. And yeah, and it's all relative. Like, I'm super happy with my race. Like,
oh, totally. It wasn't flawless, but it was good.
Precisely. Yeah, you're able to, when things go wrong, if things continue to go wrong and you don't get yourself out of it, that's when you've then got to start worrying. But actually, like, having that flexibility, being able to plan it slightly differently, like, for now, that's great. I can go into Western States and think, right, well, cool, I can use that sports drink for this amount of time, but then actually I've got to find something else that works. So the next couple of weeks, couple of months, I'll just get to test some new stuff and and see what works in the heat.
And that things can go wrong in a 6 hour and a few minutes race. You're going to have to adapt even more in a 16, 17 hour race.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's really exciting, and to be able to finish yesterday strong, so it gave me a good bit of confidence. And yeah, had there been another couple of miles, who knows what would have happened. Like, I could see Seb finish like 45 seconds ahead, and there are points where you think like, oh, could I have worked harder? But no, he had such a great race. He was so strong, and he was really, really pushing the pace for the whole thing. So
between now and Western States, big training block, any racing?
Yeah, big training block. I'm actually off to Ethiopia in 6 days. I'm out there for just under 2 months. So a bit of altitude training, bit of heat training. I'll race once when I'm out there, but in Europe, racing Wings for Life World Run, which would be really cool. Which is a bit
of pretty short effort, relatively speaking.
Yeah, it's going to be in and around
a couple hours.
Yeah, in and around 50k.
Yeah,
is the idea, and then go out to the US a couple of weeks before the race and acclimate and acclimatise out there and check out the last 100k of the course, and then race week last weekend of June.
So what affords you the opportunity to go train in Ethiopia for a couple weeks, months?
I've got the time, and I was just kind of looking at places to go and train that's at altitude and that's hot at the moment. And
so it's about 3,000 meters, 10,000 feet?
Yeah, 10,000 feet, 3,000 meters. So yeah, really high. There are mountain ranges within 3 miles from where I'm staying.
And I'm assuming lots of runnable dirt road situation.
Lots of runnable dirt roads and lots of really quick people to run with. And for me, like, it's the whole culture. Like, yeah, you could train anywhere and you could be really in your comfort zone, but a 100-mile race, you shouldn't be it's not supposed to be easy. So actually, the majority physical training when I'm out there, but also mental training. Like, it's going to be tough being out there in a completely different environment. But running is running, whether you run in the US, the UK, or East Africa.
So do you have a connection there that affords you like that end to like be training with a group rather than just being you, Tom, running alone in Ethiopia?
Yeah, kind of, sort of friends of friends.
Yeah.
And I'll do a lot of running on my own. I can't. There's going to be there'll be a lot of times where I imagine going and doing some long mountain runs are going to be pretty unpleasant for a lot of the locals, but they're superb cross-country runners, so being able to tie in some hill sessions with them is, I think, going to be really valuable, and I'll learn a lot from them, and whether they can learn anything from me, who knows. But yeah, it's going to be an amazing experience.
Nice. Well, congratulations on your great running here at Sonoma, and good luck in your build up to Western States.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.